Hey guys, today we're going to be working on the 30, 60, 90 triangles. These ones are a little bit more difficult than the 45, 45, 90. So let's get started. So number one says how many degrees are in each angle of an equilateral triangle. So if you look at the triangle that we have on the left-hand side, triangle A, B, C, we want to know what angle A is, what angle B is, and what angle C is. So we know that a triangle has 180 degrees. If I divide that by 3, that means each angle is going to be 60 degrees. Okay, number 2 says draw a perpendicular bisector on the triangle. Name the point where it intersects the base at D. Okay, so we're going to draw a perpendicular bisector and label that D. And then when we have perpendicular bisectors, that means that the angles on each side of that perpendicular bisector are going to be 90-degree angles. The perpendicular bisector is also bisecting the angle at the top, which is angle B, which was 60 degrees. But if it's being bisected, that means that 60, that was my son in the background, that 60 is now going to be 30. So angle ABD is 30, and so is CBD. That's also 30. So now we're going to find the degrees of the angles of triangle ABD. So triangle ABD, that's just this left-hand side triangle right here. That's triangle ABD. So we know those angles now to be 30, 60, and 90. So next we're doing number 3. So if the length of AD is X, how long is AC? Okay, so AC, I'm going to do that one in pink. AC would be the length of the entire bottom. So if I have AD as X and I did a perpendicular bisector, it's going to cut that length of AC exactly in half, right? So if AD is X, then that means DC is X, meaning that AC would be the length of both of those together, which is 2X. Okay, so for number 4, we're going to be finding the length of AB. So for number 4, I'm going to work that one down over here. On your notes, if you printed the copy, try to fit it in right here. Just write small. So if we're going to find the length of AB, we have ABC. This is the original equilateral triangle that we had. So I know that AC is 2X. Okay, and if I had an equilateral triangle, that means all of the sides are going to be 2x. So now I know that the length of AB is 2x. So for number 5, we're going to be looking for the length of BD. So I'm just going to redraw the triangle on the left-hand side. We have A, B, not D. Oh yeah, that is a D, sorry. So I know that AD is X. In the last problem we found AB, which was 2X. So now I'm going to be looking for the length of BD, and we're going to use Pythagorean theorem to do that. So I have the hypotenuse there. So we have x squared plus the length of BD squared, whatever that is going to be equal to 2x squared. Okay, so we have to simplify the 2x squared. So we have x squared plus BD squared, and then 2x times 2x is going to be 4x squared. So remember, I am trying to solve for this BD. Okay, so what you want to do is subtract the x squared. That will give you B d squared is equal to 3x squared. And then to solve for the length of BD, you're going to take the square root. So take the square root of both sides. So now I have BD is equal to the square root of 3x squared. So when we simplify this, we have the square root of 3 times the square root of x squared. This one will simplify. So the square root of x squared is x. The root 3 does not simplify. So we have BD is equal to x root 3. So x root 3. Okay, so let's just put all of this together so we can figure out how we can find the lengths of sides of 30, 60, 90 triangles. So there's a mistake on your notes. You'll notice up here it says 30, 30, 60. So let's go ahead and change that. Okay, so now I've changed it to 30, 60, 90. So let's fill out the triangle on the left-hand side. So we know that there was a 90-degree angle. This one was 60. This one was 30. And based upon our last exercise, this was x. This was 2x. And the long side was x root 3. Okay, so when you're trying to find the lengths of the missing sides of a 30, 60, 90 special right triangle, you always want to start with the short side if you can. Okay, so sometimes the short side won't always be given to you, so if it's not given to you, you want to find that side first. So if you're given the short side and you want to find the other base, then you would just multiply by the square root of 3. So notice you have an x and then an x root 3, so you just multiply x by root 3. If you want to go from the short side to find the hypotenuse, you would multiply by 2. So let's look at this other triangle now. So let's say you're not given the short side first. Let's say you are given the other leg. That's not the short leg, so it would be the medium-sized leg first. So if I wanted to go from the medium leg to the shortest leg, you would divide by root 3. And then if I wanted to go from the hypotenuse to the shorter side, you would divide by 2. So it just kind of depends on what direction you're going. If you're given the short side, you're going to go up and you're going to be multiplying. And if you're not given the short side, you're going to do the opposite of multiplying, which is dividing. So let's do some practice problems with these. For letter A, I'm just going to draw the equilateral triangle. You don't always have to do this, but sometimes it helps you kind of see where things are coming from. So remember, in our very first investigation, this was an equilateral triangle, right? So if this side is 10, then this side is 10, and that makes finding y really easy, right? So that would mean that y is 20. If you applied what we just learned with the 30, 60, 90, all you have to do is do 10 multiplied by 2, and 10 times 2 is 20. If you wanted to get x, x would be equal to 10 multiplied by root 3. So in this next example, letter B, notice that your short side is x, and we're not given the short side, but we need to find the short side first. So we're going to go from that medium side to the short side. So if you remember, for our 30, 60, 90 triangles, the short side is always x, the medium side is always x root 3, and the hypotenuse is always going to be 2x, okay? So if I'm looking for the medium side, which is 2 root 3, we're going to divide by root 3 to get x. So x is equal to 2 root 3 divided by root 3. So the root 3's will divide out to get 1, and your answer for x is 2. Now I'm going to use that answer for x equals 2 to find y. So your hypotenuse is your short side times 2. So you have 2 times 2. So y is going to equal 4. For letter C, this one looks a little tricky because the triangle is drawn upside down, but that's okay. So your short side is still x, the medium side is still x root 3, and your hypotenuse is still 2x. So I'm given the short side, which is 5 root 3. So if I want to get to x, which is the medium side, you're going to do 5 root 3 times root 3. So multiplying by root 3. So that would be 5 times 3, because root 3 times root 3 is 9. The square root of 9 is 3. So x is equal to 15. To get y, we're going to take the 5 root 3 and multiply it by 2. So y equals 2 times 5 root 3. And if you remember back to our lesson on multiplying radicals, all you have to do is multiply your whole numbers. So y is equal to 10 root 3. Okay, so for letters D and E, I'd like you to pause the video, see if you can do them on your own, and then unpause the video to check your work. Okay, so letter D was pretty easy. Your x should have been 12 root 3, and your y was 24. Now letter E gets a little bit tricky because initially we're given the medium leg and we're dividing by radical 3 or root 3. So we know that we cannot have a root in the denominator, so now you have to rationalize by dividing by root 3 over root 3. So once you multiply by root 3 over 3, that's going to give you 6 root 3 over 3, and then the 6 and the 3 will simplify to 2 root 3. So this one was a little bit more difficult only because we had to rationalize, but hopefully you got the right answer. So then we take our answer 2 root 3, and to get the y, if we're going from the short side to the hypotenuse, all we have to do is multiply by 2. So 2 root 3 times 2, you're going to multiply the whole numbers and get 4 root 3. For these examples, we're going to use the length of the hypotenuse to find the other legs. So this time, notice all of our short sides are not given to us. So that means we're going to be doing some dividing. Okay, so let's look at letter A. So if I have the hypotenuse and I'm going to the short side, that would be dividing by 2. So that's pretty easy. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So if y is 5, to get the medium side of the leg, we are going to multiply by root 3. So then your x is going to be 5 root 3, because 5 times root 3 is just 5 root 3. So for letter B, remember we want to try and find the short side first. And so this time our short side is x. So if I have the hypotenuse and I want to go to the short side, we are going to divide by 2. So x is equal to 10 root 2 divided by 2. You are going to simplify the 10 divided by 2, which is 5. So x is equal to 5 root 2. Then to find y, I take my answer I got for x, and we're going to multiply that by root 3. So y is equal to 5 root 2 times root 3. So we can multiply the two roots together. So y is equal to 5 root 6. All right, let's take a look at this last problem, letter C. We are given the hypotenuse. So if I have the hypotenuse, I want to go from the hypotenuse to the short side. So that would be dividing by 2. So it would be 8 root 3 divided by 2, and then you can simplify the 8 divided by 2 to get 4 root 3 for x. And then if x is 4 root 3, I'm going to take that 4 root 3 and multiply it by root 3. So I take my short side, which is 4 root 3, and multiply it by root 3 to get the medium side. So that would equal 4 times 3, making y 12.